Hello everybody, welcome to another week with the Tarot Oracle, reading your messages for all signs. Let's see if anything flips out. Oh. Okay, so we've just got one that flipped out, the Seven of Swords. Going through a portal to something new, taking with us what we want, leaving stuff behind. Something a bit shady possibly about this card, like it's something you've kept to yourself. You've not kind of shared this, that you're planning on making a new start in some area. So it's my get out of dodge card, going to something that is going to be more beneficial for you. On the back, we've got swords again. With the back of the pack, we've got swords again with blockage here. It could be something we thought about for a while. Interestingly, the two blockage swords here, which can also be that you're protecting yourself kind of thing, form of a bit of, I wanted to say self-defense. The two swords that were protecting us now have dropped. They're on the floor here and we're going off. Swords can represent, it's an air sign, so it can represent thoughts, what we thought about, of the mind. And weirdly, underneath that two of swords, we've got the fork in the road, the Two of Wands. So twos are always about balance and decisions, making choices, and finding the balance in life. Right, let's have a look what comes up. I want to lose those a bit in the middle because I know what they are. Okay, good. So it's not going to be a full reading. It's a general, just general messages really. I'm going to keep the bottom, go up to the top. At the top, we've got the Five of Swords, so a heroic moment. Again, swords very much in the air, so Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This one here, we've got swords under our arm again. 5 is always a number of change. And the sword in the air represents triumph, success. Swords under the arm have been gained from these people here, which are now on the floor. So it looks as though you needed to stand up for yourself against maybe some adversary, and you've succeeded. So that's what we call the overall energy there. As I say, it's not a full reading. I'm going to do 3 cards. I might do 4 cards. 1, 2, 3. That's the story down there. On the back here, we've got the King of Cups sitting very proudly in his realm. Cups is water, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So gentle. I'm getting a bit of, I feel this Five of Swords, this one here, there's a lot of, it's a bit ferocious. There's been quite a lot of energy going on here. And this king, after this energy has passed, is now sitting calm. There's a calmness that follows. So we've got the Queen of Wands here. So she is a fire sign, passionate, knows what she wants, follows her passions, if you like, artistic, creative, planner. Fire sign. I don't know if I said that, sorry. Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, couldn't think for a minute. Underneath her, we've got Temperance. So while we've still got all this passion that's boiling, this is Sagittarius, so another fire sign. Go with the flow, moderate it, go carefully. Don't go mad, don't go charging in. Just let things flow, hence the 2 cups. Temperance can also represent apologies, settling things in a calm way. You might say water on the fire, if you like. But it is about finding some peace. Then the next card we have is the Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups comes in with an offering. He is known as the Knight in Shining Armour. Doesn't have to be, obviously, a water sign. But emotional, wears his heart on his sleeve somewhat, and has got some sort of offering to make. Now, the cup represents emotions being worn on the sleeve, as I say, and it could be an offering, it could be an apology, it could be something to do with love, but it is emotional. That could tie in with this Queen of Wands. And the last card we've got is the Six of Pentacles, which is rather nice. So we've nearly had all the signs. We have had all the signs because we've got the backdrop is the swords, we've got the wands, we've got the cups, and we have pentacles. Pentacles is earth. This represents money normally, or things we value, and where we had those twos in the beginning where I said it's making choices and finding balance, here you can see that the weighing scales are balanced and there's money. Money is now rectified, if you like, it's balancing nicely, and there's some to share. Now, let's have a look. I'm going to do clarifiers today because I haven't done them for a while. So it could be that the temperance is between, the temperance as in go with the flow, be gentle, tread carefully, sort of don't go all guns blazing, is in between the Queen of Wands, the fire sign, and the Knight of Cups, the water sign. And in order to get this result, oh look, how funny is that? I'll show you that in just a minute. I'll put them here so you can see that I've turned 2 cards over. In order to get this balanced result of, and it could be valuing one another, it could be money, it's relative to your situation, but it's something you value. So it could be money, it could be investments, it could be friends, it could be a relationship. But what's interesting here, on the back we have got the Seven of Pentacles, which is maybe looking at what your investments are and deciding whether to cash one in. But here the first card that flipped was the Queen of Pentacles. So going from the Queen of Wands, where she's all fired up and passionate, to a much more stable, grounded queen who is good with, she's in a good place, she's good with money, she's a hard worker. So that comes down to the last card here where we had the Six of Pentacles, and what also flipped out was the Six of Pentacles, which was our last card, which is quite interesting there. So we've got now balance. Balance has been found, and I think it's for this person up here, this Queen of Wands. So that's quite interesting. Right, let's put that back in, and then we'll do oh, I've got a card there, a random one. That's nice. It's in the wrong place. Okay. So, come down to the bottom, go up to the top. And we've got 6 again, the one we started with here. Ended with, sorry, here. That's funny, isn't it? So we've got him again, so the balance. So that is clarifying this card here. The Six of Pentacles is clarifying. So maybe that's a personal battle to find a balance. It could be life work balance. It could just be balance in relationships, something you value. It could be work, money balancing out with a bit to spare. But it's like you've won some sort of trial. Could be that you got the job over other people there because you've got all the swords under your arm. This one, you know, underneath that you've got the King of Pentacles, which denotes something that's been a long while coming. So it could be your personal victory has taken a while. And how funny that we've got the Knight of Cups, who is here, clarifying the King of Cups. So we've gone from the youthfulness of the Knight to the wisdom of the King. That's nice. Okay. Oh, I've done the cards. Great. So the first card we have is the Queen of Wands, clarifying the Queen of Wands. We have the Magician. The Magician is the card of manifestation. He's also the card that of self-employed people that say you have all the tools that you need, you rely on yourself, you get the jobs, you are not dependent on other people so much as yourself. Manifestation could be this person here is wanting to manifest something and has been for a while. That's positive. It's not, there's nothing negative about that at all. It's a card from the Major Arcana, and it also kind of signifies a link to the infinite, because we have a sign here of the infinity. So a link to the infinite and a spiritual link. The next card we've got is the Temperance card, which was going with the flow, taking it easy. We've got the Seven of Pentacles again. So the Seven of Pentacles could be, don't rush into anything to do with finances and looking at your assets and maybe cashing something in. Just think about what you're doing and take it easy. I feel there's something, maybe manifesting something to do with money there. The next card is the Knight of Cups. And we've got the High Priestess. This is a very spiritual reading where I think the message is to just let things unfold in their own time. Don't you do anything too rash. There's obviously something that needs to happen, and maybe a decision or a path choice. But I think you're going to be guided. Things will just happen. Things will fall away or come to you naturally. This could be somebody that you've been manifesting into your life. With this manifestation card and the High Priestess card, something very spiritual to do with this person here. The last card was the Six of Pentacles, and here we have Queen of Swords. So Queen of Swords is air sign, which we had a lot of, if you remember. Queen of Swords air sign is, she thinks everything through. She's very like planner. Well, planner in the sense of thinking about outcomes, and she's a little bit, whatever the gain has been here, it's had to be an unemotional plan to get the gain. So she's had to really put her thinking head on. But the gain is successful because the sword's up in the air, which we had at the beginning. I think we had something like there was an unblockage and we had to leave a situation in order to move on. And certainly here we've got that same sort of triumph where the sword's up in the air. Something has been gained, maybe a financial gain, because we had this quite a few times here as well. And this financial gain was linked to this card here, where we've won a personal battle. This is interesting because we had this a while ago. We've got this card again, where there was a blockage, a mental blockage. That blockage has been released with that card. And it seems to suggest that, and this is, I'll just show you this as well. So this is the last card here. That was your backdrop card. The Queen was clarifying this card here, where there's balance shown. And the money card, underneath the money card, we had the Two of Swords. So this blockage is going to be released. And it's released to get financial gain. Could be new work, it could be additional work. It's something where money or whatever you value comes to you. This is known as the Apprentice card, and so it's also another feather to your hat kind of thing, because you're might be learning some new skills. There's a lot going on here. I think this will unfold naturally in your life. I feel that there's a lot on the clarifying side, which comes from the major arcana. Therefore, you just carry on going gently along your way, and things will drop away and come to you. Have a good week. Bye.